What's going on, everybody? John and Will, Law of Polaris, thank you all for tuning in. I was MIA the last 3 games, had some personal stuff come up, but I would have ended up sounding like a broken record anyway if we look at the last 3 games. We all know the 2021 Eagles theme by now. Costly penalties to take touchdowns off the board, an offense that can't get anything going until the third quarter, and a defense that's hanging in there for dear life. Probably the best thing going for the Eagles. Definitely would have lost that Carolina game without the defense and the fact that we lucked up and got the 2019 New York Jets version of Sam Darnold. The defense forced Tom Brady's first interception in 4 games. And take a look at these numbers. Now, these stats were before the Bucs game, so it's not including any activity in Week 6, but the Eagles are 3rd in passing yards allowed and 9th in total yards allowed. And prior to the Bucs game, if you take away the game against the Cowboys and the Chiefs, where we essentially got destroyed on both sides of the ball, the Eagles were only allowing 11 points a game. In the same scenario, you take away the Chiefs and the Cowboys games, the Eagles are allowing only 25% on third down conversions. Eagles are the least blitzing team in the league and are 10th and 11th in quarterback knockdowns and sacks, respectively. What makes the defense look bad is just how pathetic the offense has been, which, if your defense is on the field the majority of the time because of punt, 3 and out, they're going to get tired. They're going to give up points. What's not working at all? It's this offense. First of all, Jalen Hurts is 82% of the offense. That's more than Lamar Jackson is for the Ravens, and that's with Lamar missing his 2 starting running backs. Speaking of running backs, Miles Sanders doesn't have a single game with over 15 carries. He's averaging almost half the amount of rushing yards per game than he did through 6 games last year. He's flat out not being utilized enough. And part of this is how much the Eagles have to play from behind, and part of it is just how dependent this offense is on the RPO and not run plays designed specifically for Miles Sanders. And then our receivers. This is the worst unit of the entire team. Zach Ertz, who was just traded to the Arizona Cardinals, and shout out to Zach Ertz. I wanted to see this guy retire as an Eagle, but he just went from one of the worst teams in the league to a legit Super Bowl contender where he will definitely step in as their best tight end on a roster that is loaded. But Zach Ertz, at the time of this recording, has as many touchdowns as Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, and Quez Watkins combined, and he has 2. To take another look at this, Jalen Hurts has his worst passer rating when passing to Jalen Reagor at 70.5 and an 84 passer rating when passing to Devontae Smith. To put that in perspective, his passer rating is 95.8 when throwing to Quez Watkins and 149.1 when throwing to Dallas Goedert. And then that's almost a perfect rating. Now, some of that is Hurts just completely missing these guys on the outside wide open. And some of it is just Jalen Reagor and Devontae Smith just not being able to get separation against the corners. No continuity, no rhythm on this offense, senseless penalties, and the defense just good enough to keep this team in most of the games. So what's next? The Eagles got 2 games on the road against the Raiders and the Lions, which doesn't feel good because the Eagles are winless on the road so far, and then we're back home against the Chargers. The Raiders, well, here's the deal. The Eagles have done well this year against inexperienced coaches. Both our wins was a blowout against Mike Smith, who was coaching his first game as an NFL head coach, and against Matt Rule, who was only in his 2nd year of coaching. And the 4 losses were against Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McCarthy, and Bruce Arians. So John Gruden resigning definitely did us a favor. But the Raiders are a good team. Derek Carr is a top 10 quarterback. In their defense, they're 5th in sacks, they're 8th in third down conversions allowed, under 40%, and they're 3-1 at home. Not sure if the Eagles can pull this one off. The Lions, I had this one penciled on the calendar as a win for the Birds. Dan Campbell, again, while he's been a coach in this league for a while, outside of this year, he's only been an interim head coach in 2015 for the Dolphins. And the Lions are horrible. Jared Goff is Jalen Hurts without legs. He has no receivers, there's no real run game, and the Lions, like the Eagles, have a defense that's just trying to hang in there. I think the Eagles win that one, and then I think they get punched in the mouth at home by the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers got blown out last week by the Ravens, but that's the Baltimore Ravens. So that's where I stand. I think the end of the next 3 games, you'll see the Eagles at 3-6. And unless we find a way to go on a win streak late, I don't think we get into that 7th seed, but more to come. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the other side.